A pluser. Nice gachi roll pyramid you have here. Welcome, welcome. Oh shit. Okay, I thought for a second that my stream is like dying after I turn it on. Okay, okay, we're good. We are good. Why are you monkeying me? What's happening? Oh, had nothing to do today. For Chan was down for like 12 hours. Couldn't reach bait sea Niles. Well, unlucky for you. What can I say? Better luck next time, B-Tart. Anyway, so we have... Oh shit. Yeah, so we have a window back, right? Which is very cool. But this input does not respond to any inputs, well, other than moving the mouse around and hovering over stuff, right? So this will be our task for today. Getting the input working again. Yes. Yeah, I saw it. The fact that the event horizon equation is the fact that event horizon is just a single equation. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I agree. The fuck? Okay, so... Jediniamo. Hello, hello, yes. New beta. So, Jaya Dash version now does 0.2010 built on for March 2025. So it's literally yesterday's. Well, technically, it's yesterday's in American time, and for me it was today's. So yeah. Oh, sorry. Is this better? Yeah, the people got added yesterday and the other day. So there was like, I don't know, a few people, and all of them joined Discord like a couple days ago. So it usually people are joining maybe like a couple, like three days before new beta release or something like that. So yeah, you would have known slightly before it released. It's kind of a new way of doing things. Back when I joined, I had to wait. I'm not even like... Back in the days when you joined a beta, you didn't get a link to the compiler until the new release. And I had to wait for over 2 weeks after joining the Discord. Which was kind of funny. Anyway. He signs each binary? No. No, he just produces one binary and gives everybody a link to that binary. So there is no tracking on the actual binary. Nothing like that. So how do we approach it? I am the storm that is approaching. So I think I would want to... So I would probably want to merge input module together with the overall platform layer, but I'm not entirely sure how would it communicate with, you know, the rest of the kind of Jai modules, because if we go to well, it seems like Simp doesn't really import input module, right? But well, my main imports, but it's not a big deal, and also my Linux imports. I think the only module that imports input that I use personally is probably GetRect, right? So so if we search for input and if we search in here, then yeah, you can see that this is the one module that Jai actually imports input. And also, well, examples is okay, examples is whatever. Widget, yeah, so this is kind of the main one. It imports input, so I will either have to rewrite GetRect to not import it, or I would have to, maybe in a similar way how Focus done it, I would have to make some kind of a compat module that will provide all of the required imports and forward them. He just didn't look through all the application emails. There's always hope. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what his load is. I have no idea. The only person who would know the answer to that is John. Oh, and by the way, the compiler crash that we found the other day got fixed in the new version. How about that? The one with the function pointer signature. By the other day, 2 weeks. No, it was literally like yesterday, or not yesterday, it was on Sunday, I think. So maybe a couple days ago. Yeah. Yeah, there was when you put a procedure pointer signature on a struct like this, and one of your return parameter like this has, for example, a default return value like that, the compiler was crashing, and now it's all good. It's like, now it's a valid code that will compile and work. And funny enough that this crash got fixed slightly before I reported it, because John answered my email and said that, oh, it doesn't crash anymore on the new version. Usually he would say that I was able to reproduce it and fixed it. So yeah, either somebody else reported that the same thing, or it was like an incidental fix, because the changelog actually mentions few type check-in related crashes. So it probably just was one of them. Right. So we need to cook ourselves and input stuff. Texture. Drop rocks. So I guess here we would say UI get button state and shift key. Yeah, so these are probably the ones that yes, so this is the one that requires an input module. Yeah, it requires input button states. This is something that gets populated by the input module, and it actually uses. Wait, where is it? I lost it. Yeah, there you go. It actually uses the key code, which is the struct from the input module. This is used to do something, but now it... Oh! So, is this not used anymore? I mean, surely... I mean, it has to. Shift. I mean, even if I don't see it immediately, it still, obviously happens because it's able to react to key presses and whatnot. So, my, I guess, immediate strat would be to first port a separate input module, and then after it is done and working, I would try to pull that input module into my library and then try to make it work like that. So I think that's a decent strat. So let me open a focus code base because it has a XCB based input module implementation. Right, so not LDX, it's like XCB. Yeah, there you go. So what do we have here? Devices, pending events, window init display. So all of these. Oh, and all is implemented here actually. So it's not even in the input module. That's interesting. Huh. But how is it then? Oh, it uses input module right here, right? Well, maybe not here, but in Linux display in the main here, probably imports input. No? Okay, let's do something like, yeah. It imports input. Okay. Well, we can certainly do this. So let me think. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I will have to do that. I will have to import the input module and set it all here, because otherwise it's like a bit weird. I would have to put XCB functions in the input module, then import it, like load a specific file, and then do this procedure pointers crap bullshit. And then input module will have to import my stuff. So yeah, it's kind of a bit weird. It's kind of a bit weird. So yeah, we will be doing that. We will be doing that, I guess. So here we have to import the input module, and we're not gonna expose it. There's actually a global array of input in the input module, and it will be populated. Right. So what procedure do we have here? Set window title is a good one for sure. We will need that on base window. Maximize, we don't need it now, but we will need it later. Set cursor, probably don't need it yet. Get render dimensions, get dimensions, has native handle. I forgot why this is needed. I remember, I looked into it and I figured it out, but then I forgot. I've heard from some people that they officially killed uBlock on Chrome. Yeah, it's because it didn't... uBlock decided to not really try to port for new, like, manifest version, because it's not really possible, right? So like, pure Google Chrome users are just completely cooked now. They will have to watch ads forever. Set window title, and it's gonna be window. And title. It doesn't return anything, so we'll just do window. So let's do it. Set window title is not a member of window. Wait, what? Where did I put it then? Here, it's literally there. Oh, it's base. Yes, yes, yes. Nice. Let's kill the process. Now let's go to our XCB window, and here we will do like, this will actually go like here, and XCB set window title. So this needs the display, this creates the window, and we put window red base window title equals to that. Cool. Now this is just shuffling a bunch of atoms around. The implementation is pretty straightforward. Where is it? Where's it? LDXCB. Oh fuck. Alright, we also want to call it. This is actually a good call. Yeah, so create the class, and before we map in the window, right? Yeah, before we map in the window. What's that? Oh, this is X input garbage. KO, Eddie wins. Yeah, hey Frankie, hello. So true. Hey, so Foam, hello. How many times do I have to follow you for it to stay? Third time clicking the follow. Oh no, I'm getting shadow banned by Twitch. Unlucky. Actually, it also sometimes unfollows me from some people that I follow. So yeah, you won't be the only one, but yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. So this would be window red. Yeah, this will be window red. And an actual implementation though, where is it? Yeah, you see, it's pretty easy. Set UTF-8 property. Oh, you know, this actually might not work. For the reason that I might have not initialized those. Window XCB display global atoms. Yes. Yeah, Tekken soundtrack is amazing. It's fucking amazing. What do we have here? Display is window.display xcb change property. So handle property global atoms. So I think I will have to create this one. We'll see though if it works or not. Let's try to compile. Global atoms is not a member of display because atoms are actually here. It's just atoms. It's not global atoms. It's just atoms. And I think there's somewhere else, yeah. Wait, what? Atoms is not a member of display. The fuck? Oh yeah, because it's wait, you know what? I think I bamboozled myself. So window base Yeah, that's because I put the display on. It's because I put the display on the base window. I think that's actually fine. So I will have to do like this. And handle is like, so it's window.display.xcb. Should be just, this should just work. Yes, UTF string is not a member. Okay. We need to create it. So and yeah, this is an atom that we need to create. Yes. UTF-8 string XCB atom T. So atoms on X11 is just some kind of weird key value storage, and some of them are predefined, some of them you need to create. UTF-8 is the one that's commonly agreed upon, but when you use your application, you actually want to create it. Maybe you don't actually need to create it. Maybe somebody created it already. Hey Ruslan, new Jai beta. Yes. Yeah, it's just new beta version. Yeah. Yeah, new beta version. Beta. Actually, will it just work? So the title, I can't see the title, but at least we are not crashing, you know? Or maybe if I go to my main. No, you know what? Here's the title. So it should have been set. But I guess it doesn't really work that. So we do that, and create is false, and now if atom.name, no, members, it, so no, atom.name, yeah, if atom.name equals UTF-8 string, then create equals true. And yeah, let's, the fuck? What? Oh right, it's my bad. It should be here. Oh no, it still doesn't work. Still don't have a title. Oh, I need to wake up a little bit. And it still doesn't work. Oh, and it's because it's not caps locked. Guys, I'm in a bad shape after today's shift. Like, it still doesn't work, but at least now the issue is not, like, obvious to me. Hey, Aukamo, hello, and hey, Phoenix. Welcome, welcome. Let me grab the ball. There you go. If you hey Constantinos, yeah, this is actually true. If you replay fart on that ball, it's very audible. Yes. But you know, the older you become, the less stuff like that bothers you. Learned it the hard way. Yeah. Understandable. UTF string is an atom. Yeah. Let me actually do this and I guess debug it. Oh, I can check for errors. Do we have a logging here, like failed intern in atom or some shit? No, look at that. So all atoms are interned successfully, including the UTF-8 one, which is actually a good sign. And then when we ooh, delete, set window title, yeah. Oh, I'm a fucking idioto. Here. I need to set the as soon as I get the window. Where is it? Create window checked. XCB generate ID and yeah, it has to be like here. Because I set the pointer too late. Yes, now it works. Okay, look at that. I don't know how it's visible on my stream, but here at the very bottom of my taskbar, you can see Hitboxer V0.12. Since you're using GetRect, does it do keyboard navigation? No. It doesn't support tab or shift tab, nothing like that. The only sort of keyboard navigation it supports is escaping and accepting text inputs, as far as I know. Hey artist, I don't know if I said hi to you. What did they add? Do you mean the new version? It's just a bunch of fixes and also like a slight modifier to string directive. L1 read throughput is cut in half if you aren't aligned. But for the rest of the caches on main RAM, it doesn't matter at all. I didn't know that. I'm trying to implement that in my own GUI. Yeah, I see. I mean, GetRect doesn't implement a lot of things, right? For example, it doesn't really have a way to tell your system if there is some unfinished rendering state, right? For example, it's very convenient to be able to do that when you want to suspend rendering. So I had to implement my own thing, just like hack on top of the GetRect, to be able to stop rendering when there is no action going on, right? To preserve the battery and stuff like that. Keyboard navigation too, but I mean, GetRect is extremely easy to hack. If even such a fucking monkey like me is able to do that, then I mean you will absolutely be able to. The fuck happened? I like this feature of Sway. I just literally pushed fucking Emacs. Ugh. Don't you love it? Don't you absolutely love tiling window managers that let you do silly stuff like that? Okay, yeah, finally. I need to do this, then we do that. Technical difficulties. Yes. DWL, no. I mean, DWM I used for a little bit on X11. I didn't particularly like it. because it just didn't have features that I like, and also not a big fan of automatic layouts. I tried it, but I much prefer layouts that I am in control of. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could probably train myself to use them, but in DWM it wasn't very convenient. I might try Hyperland at some point. It's just because Hyperland supports certain Wayland protocols that Sway doesn't support, and at some point it will probably become pressing enough for me to switch. But I'm just delaying it for as far as I can because I'm just really not in the mood to learn another fucking configuration format, right? I'm too old for this shit. But anyway, we have a window titles. We have a fucking window titles. Rejoice. Why not GNOME or any other D? Well, GNOME is dog shit. Like hot steaming pile of garbage, puke, vomit, dog shit. And no KDE just because I got used to i3. Honestly, if I didn't get so used to i3, I would just be using KDE right now, unironically. Hyperland does, yeah. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, so we'll try it. Yeah, I mean, GNOME is just, I guess if you want cohesive, like, look and feel, then I guess. But otherwise, it's just inferior in every possible sense to KDE. It doesn't support a bunch of stuff. It's like very anal about all of the integrations. Extensions are bad, and you need a lot of them. I don't know, yeah. I mean, I respect the project, but I don't even care about the looks. Look at this. Look at my desktop. It's stock. It's mostly stock. I don't really give a fuck. Right. We have a window title. Great. Now events. Wait for events. Wait for XCB. Wait for events. The fuck is this? Oh, the clipboard implementation. I remember that. There you go. Why no transparent windows with anime girl backgrounds? I'm married. I mean, it's because I don't really like anime, to be honest. In full screen Tmax, so I don't care about GNOME. I mean, that's fair enough, right? And I actually get, you know, just using Fedora or something, and it comes with GNOME, right? And it's mostly set up for you, and you just don't need to do anything. I totally get in this case, but or if you know got used to it over the years, it's fine too. But here, like on Arch, I wouldn't go and just install GNOME out of the set, just because I want to, you know. Yeah, D. Is an XCB display. Yep. Now, this is an interesting one. I remember this logic. Basically what it does. So let me try to explain to you how inputs work on how input handling works in X11 and maybe to remember it myself because I actually wrote this shit and also explain it. So here what we're doing is we're trying to block on the X11 socket until we get events. This is so that we can suspend the application and don't re-render it constantly. And for that we will create a small array of poll file descriptors. We will initialize them in poll in. Poll in basically means wake up when something arrives on the wire. And then we just poll on them. And this call to poll will actually block. It will block until something arrives on the X11 socket. And then here we are basically checking what has arrived. If result is less than 0, then it means an error. We get an error number and we just try to figure out what kind of error is that. And there might be, you know, a few of those. This is like quite exhaustive. Then, right, we set the second file descriptor. I think actually I didn't remember that. Oh yeah, this is just a wake up event. I haven't, this wasn't me. I think it's like Ilionte did that. This is for situations when you'd want to wake up the thread outside, right? Because sometimes you want to wake up not only when some kind of event happens due to your own actions, but from some kind of event outside. For example, somebody asks you for a clipboard, right? And then you wake up once and you start to initiate a sequence of events, and one of those, I think, is you need to send some shit, so you need to kind of be awake throughout this whole time, if I recall correctly. Also, you might want to like redraw cursors, I think. So for that as well. Although there's like timers, it's a special, not really special, there's another file descriptor for timers. So yeah, I mean, yeah. And the first one under the index 0 is an actual X11 file descriptor, right? If we look here, then yeah, you see XD file descriptor, and XD is our X display. So you're using Arch? Yes, I'm using Arch. And then as soon as we get something on the X wire, we call poll for event on that wire. Then we flash all of the pending outgoing requests and we press continue. No. We get the pending event if we received something, but it's not the event we're interested in, because sometimes there's some internal chatter, I think, between the server and the client library, you know, or maybe something else that we are not really interested in, right? That poll event actually doesn't expose to us, so we then just spin the loop and wait again. Otherwise, if we got an event that we're actually interested in, we are breaking from this infinite loop. And after we broke from the loop, I think we're actually just exiting the function, which means the wait succeeded, and then our application proceeds. Yeah. So I'll just copy paste it pretty much verbatim. I think the only change is that I don't do XD because we can't afford smiling in these trying times. So timers, I don't have timers yet, so I don't do that. Loop wake up event. I won't have that for now too. I will add it. I will add the wake up event later. So this is not a thing. This is not a thing. Yeah, this is the only one we are interested in. Pending event. This XCB. This is the handle, and then XCB flash. Yeah, I think this is the one. And now we can compile because undeclared identifier poll FD. So we need to import POSIX here. And I'll just import it here. Subscript is outside of array bounds. The fuck? Oh, my bad. File descriptor is not a member of XCB display. Okay, so we have a file descriptor here. I think it's like file. I think it's literally file, or it might be an integer. I forgot. So there's XCB get file descriptor. Yeah. It's S32. It's literally just S32. Oh, and we wouldn't get that. Why is it here? Why the fuck is it here? It should not be in create window. It should be in initializing initializing the display. So like here. Yeah, and then D that not base that file descriptor equals to. I mean, I think I can just do this. Yeah. Right. Also the same with screen. Like that. I can probably just do that, like put it here during the initialization, and then do D screen equals screen. And then here we don't have screen anymore. I can just do screen equals to D screen. I think that should be fine. Okay, pending event. Pending event. I'm not a big fan of having like events on the display, so this would have to be changed probably, unless there's a good way for it to be here. So pending event, I think it's a pointer to XCB event. Right, so yeah, pending event is XCB poll for event, and it is XCB generic event. There you go. So generic event is actually a union that we will have to cast. Ooh. So let me compile. And declared identifier, yes, this is namespaced. So now we are actually, yes, we're sigfaulting. So now what happened is that we were waiting for the events. We got an event and we actually crashed before because I think we didn't handle the event correctly. At least that's what I would assume, and I apologize. I fucked up my glasses. Yeah. Touch my glasses with my finger and now there's a print. Yikes, dude. This is a catastrophe. Absolutely unacceptable state of events. Motherfucker. Fuck. Okay, I can live with that. I'm sorry, technical difficulties. So, the assertion, XCB wait for events, yeah. So we crashed on the second time we asserted it because we never reset the event. So this is actually like a little bit bad to do this. I think, to put the pending event on this tract, because I have multiple threads. And I would have to synchronize on this shit. Actually, not necessarily. I might just have multiple So hard to think about stuff like this on stream sometimes. I could have a multiple event loops. One of them will just use the handle directly. So yeah, I think we're actually fine. Hey Lars, hello. Yeah, me too. But sometimes I just fucking give up and force myself, you know, to make peace with glasses being full of shit. And I know that at some point your brain just starts filtering out all of the film. This is just how brain works. So it's just a mental obstacle that I need to force myself through. Like, I have a certain compulsions that I'm aware of, and sometimes, well, not sometimes, I just really try to fight them. Because you just need to take control. Well, I'm talking about myself, but still. This is like just an event so I don't poll multiple times. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is totally fine. So I'm gonna start porting this function piece by piece. I'm not gonna do any X input for now. D. Right, so now if the pending event, actually I can do this, you know, just to see if we're still working. Event equals and the pending event equals null. Else event equals XCB poll for event. I actually don't think that I agree with Paul necessarily. Because I remember that in xSleep, the way we did it is we used check if event and then a predicate. And we actually did it so that we don't block the second time around. So we might have to revisit this. We might have to revisit this. Actually, is there even... Oh, maybe check if event is... You know what? Maybe actually check if event was an abstraction in xSleep and it actually doesn't exist. Let's verify. So we have wait, we have poll. All right, yeah, so check if event is just an abstraction over poll. I bet it is. So I bet it doesn't block. The next event from the server. Or turn nulls otherwise. Yes. So it doesn't block. Nice. It's exactly what I wanted. So I take it back. Was the comment here? No, I removed it. Nice. Maybe a couple hours of weeks, so that's why I can't get over. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, fortunately for me, my eyesight is not that bad. I actually don't know how to say it in English. So I have a little minus, slight like -2 or something. So I can read easily. I can comfortably read without glasses. Short-sighted. Thank you. Yeah, in Russian it says. In Russian it's more like closed-sighted. No, in Russian it's actually closed-handed. Closed-handed. Близорукость. Closed-handed. But yeah, short-sighted. And I can actually even program without glasses. It's a little bit like, you know, I have to like log into the monitor. And reading Twitch chat becomes a little bit uncomfortable when I'm without glasses. But it's not impossible. I still see everything. It's just, you know... it loses a little bit of crispiness. So I think if I will do that for a long time, my head will start hurting or something, because the brain will try to piece all of the shit together. I know people recommend me to just make like a eye surgery or something, but I'm just, maybe I'm just being irrational about it, but I'm really like scared to go through an eye surgery, you know, even if there's like 1% chance that it will make me blind, and I just don't want to risk it. Because my eyesight is not like that bad. The only issue for me is that I can't really wear glasses, unfortunately. Oh, not glasses, sorry. I can't really wear contact lenses because my eyes are very dry. So lenses are very uncomfortable for me. The base update window events equals to this. I think it won't compile now, yeah. So we have that, and and this should also be type. And here update, let's actually put them together and put them below all of the window functions. inline, and then main display update window events. And I think I call it somewhere. Do I? Yes, look at that. So the only difference is that now it's not in the input, it's actually here. So hey, look at that. It kind of works a little bit. Well, it doesn't really work because we don't populate events, but we draw when we first move the mouse. So we are starting to get somewhere. Also, I'm pretty sure I'm leaking memory here because I never free events. Okay, we're making some progress. I mean, I'm mostly stealing already made code, but at least this time I'm sort of familiar with it. But oh, when it comes to Wayland, I will have to just learn it all. I know like jack shit about Wayland. This will be a learning experience for sure. So, you will be my free curse. Nice. Wow. Right, so this is actually like an escape mask for events because you need to do that. XKB event base. So client expose, configure notify, focus in, focus out, enter notify, leave notify. Okay, so I will copy from here to here. XCBG generic I'm not gonna handle for now because I don't do X input stuff. Wayland will be fun. Kappa, yeah, Kappa. Hey SSH, hello. Hey Chickbot, hello. Yo, what's this? So we have the program that is a key remapper. You can read about it here. Yes, and we are working on the Linux version. And at the moment, we are trying to make our platform layer to work. So basically the stuff that draws the program, reads all of the inputs and crap like that. We used to have it working, but then we broke it because we weren't entirely happy with the platform layer. We started rewriting it all. Then we rat hole on OpenGL a bunch. And now we are back to pull it all together, you know, to make it working again. So if event base, XKB event base. So okay, generic event give. What's that? I think this is supposed to be namespaced like that. Clef, gif, just call it F. Reloading keyboard map. Okay, LD XKB state init. This I actually don't have that yet. I'm pretty sure this is namespaced. So this is a like new keyboard notify. Map notify. Notify event, yeah. I'll just use the full name. I don't afraid to be, you know, vertical. I also kind of like this. Blocks around cases. I don't know why. Base mods, latched mods, locked mods. Base group, latched group, and locked group. Yeah. And I actually don't have that. Oh, so I think this is like... Yeah, this will have to be implemented. Now, this is the most important stuff. This is in XCB, so this is namespaced. Namespaced. Why is this a question mark? We could add a new event type to just redraw a window. Actually, I think I did that. I'm pretty sure at some point I added that to the input module that Focus maintains. It's just like type window. Hey Roy, you try to install GL to Windows 10. You don't need to install GL. If you mean OpenGL, you don't need to install it. Windows already comes with OpenGL. Windows has support for OpenGL out of the box. Just so you know. I don't have that for some reason. XCB, XKB state notify. Oh, this is XCB, XKB bindings. I actually don't have those in my code base, so I'll just totally ignore it. This is atoms, delete window, quit, display. The fuck? Events this frame. Aha. Data 32, D atoms delete window. We have an input event, so input event type Qt. Display based events this frame, nice. So then expose, nice, configure notify. Notify event. XCB that. LD win. Get by native handle. The fuck is this? Oh yeah, it's an array of windows that we have. We need to iterate it and then return the window that the notify event is for. Yeah, this is right. Actually, expose is the same shit. We need to get a window that wants to get exposed and propagate it. Yes. Display notify event. That window. Add resize event. Add resize record. Okay, here I actually don't want to be too horizontal because it's just like 3 things. Just do that. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, so here I have an event. And I'll just call it... Right? I'll just call it fucking... pending event. So then I can just use event for everything else. How about that? Naming things, am I right? Do I need to ask ChatGPT to how to name my variables? It's send me to install Opera JX. The fuck are you installing, my man? I think you got fooled. I think you've downloaded something that installed Chinese spyware on your computer. If something is sending you to install Opera JX, then you're totally cooked. I think what you need to do right now is to find to the closest gas station, buy a canister of gas, go back home, and burn your computer. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure even electrical sockets are already infected with CCP spyware at this point. This is not a joke. Secret Service can come to your door any moment right now and say that you're a Chinese spy. They will take you out. Run! Yeah. I mean, seriously though, it is probably a virus. Just to reiterate, Windows supports OpenGL out of the box. You don't need to install it. Anything that claims otherwise is not correct. It is wrong. You might need to update your graphic drivers, but that's it. So like that. Yev. Ev. Just like this, yes. I like that more. Now, input application has focus. True. Oh yeah, and we even have type window already. Look at that. Event notify. Generic event. Currently hovered window. Oh. Oh, it's like focus has the to distinguish the clipboard shit. Hey, Muffin 4. But what if my windows didn't come in the box? This is an interesting philosophical question you have here. Can you have anything out of the box if you didn't have the box to begin with? We live in a society, you know. Actually, yeah, Roy is not responding. I think they got him. They got him. A drop, hello. Get by native handle. So we don't have get by native handle. We will have to implement that. So I think that's gonna be it for now. Let's just fix a bunch of compile. What the fuck is this? Attempt to use scope directive in an inappropriate place. The fuck? Oh, I think I didn't close the... Yes. It's pending event. It's not a member of XCB display, so I think it's actually display. Not XKB display. No? Where is it then? How did I fucking define it? Go back. It's base XKB event, not XKB event base. Okay, that's actually better. Oh yeah. Undeclared identifier. So I think I just don't have it. Yeah, so I just don't have it. So I guess let me just comment it out entirely and then XCB client message. Oh yeah, duh. And this is also should be lowercase. And declared identifier generic event. It is a pending event. And client event is just... Okay, events this frame is not a member of base display. Finally, we get something interesting, and this is actually interesting because I can literally just do events this frame on the input. Right? Yeah, I think so. So what I can do is like literally this, but make it like that, without base. I can literally do this. Now this is lowercase, this is all namespaced. Again, this is pending event. Okay, get by native handle. I don't have it. It's literally just a loop over the array. Let me just yoink it here. The fuck is this in direction? Ah, it's just okay. I'll copy that. It's in the module itself. Where is it? Here. Yeah, so it's just a iterator. Has native handle of this. The fuck is this? Why so? Base window has native handle. Ah, this is just a wrapper for that one. Okay, okay. Ah, yeah, so you get by native handle on the display, then has native handle has to be on the window, and then the actual implementation will get you the handle. Oh, fuck. Yeah. I mean, we can reduce amount of functions by putting the handle on the base window, but then the handle will have to be also a union and ugh. Zeek, hey Fear of Code, hello. Zeek 014 was released and I had to make a couple changes to the build setup for the project I'm working on, but the actual app compiles and runs fine. Do new Jai betas ever introduce breaking changes? Yes, they do. They do, and this is one of the reasons why Jai is in closed beta, because if it was in open beta, you would break code not for just 1,000 people, you would break the code for like a lot of thousands people, right? For like, 5,000 people. And not all Jai beta are breaking, but there are breaking changes sometimes. For example, the latest beta had a breaking change in one of the users' library. It had a breaking change in getRect. It was a very minor. It's just one of the functions gained another parameter. So it was literally just pasted in the signature 2 times and that's it. But sometimes there are bigger things. But usually the way changes are introduced, not usually, like literally always, the way John does it, he first deprecates some feature, and when you keep using it, it will spam you deprecation warning, and he will wait like a beta or 2, and then he will remove the feature, then he will make it breaking. So even though the Jai is in even though Jai is in closed beta, there are still a graceful period for deprecation, because I mean, he understands that, the Jai, again I said the Jai, he understands that Jai was that a lot of people are using the language for years now, and they actually have rather big projects in the language, so breaking their code would not be nice, even though it's in a closed beta. So he tries to be nice here. With that said, if you look at Focus Editor, I think it's like a year behind at this point. Maybe not a year, maybe like 6 months. Because they maintain a bunch of customizations for built-in modules, and I think at some point they just didn't bother to update, too many times, and now updating it would require someone to just sit and spend like 2 hours, or maybe not 2 hours, but it's not as straightforward. And Focus is probably the biggest open source Jai project at the moment. I'd say. Hey Cactus, hello, welcome. I would like to switch to Focus at some point, but it isn't quite ready yet. I used Focus for a while, but unfortunately I have too big of a Stockholm syndrome when it comes to Emacs, so yeah, I couldn't escape. But I like Focus. I know a few people who use it as a daily driver, even outside of Jai community, like Randy, for example, he uses Focus. And there's another like rather big Russian streamer who's also in the beta who uses Focus. So there are definitely people who doing that, but I totally understand why it's not ready for everyone. Why am I not using it? Well, for multiple things. First, it doesn't have automatic indentation. I think that's why I had my own hacked version of automatic indentation when I was using it. But then it got outdated with the main. So I wanted to merge it upstream, but then Obivanus told me that he wants to do it in a different way, so I just didn't bother. It has automatic auto indent, but you need to invoke it. Well, at least it was back when I used it. But you need to invoke the hotkey to fix it up. And I don't mean indent for everything. It has like this level of indent. I just mean indentation for closing braces. So if you open the brace and you press enter, you will get a proper indent here. Yeah. Also, I mean, it doesn't have Vim key bindings by design. Also, it didn't have highlighting for closing brace. Like you see, if I put my cursor on the brace, it doesn't highlight the pair. I couldn't be bothered to implement my own, so I just... So these are two things that contributed, but the major one was that it's just that, I have a certain flow in Emacs. I have DRIT mode, so this, directory explorer and editor, which I use all the time in Emacs. If you watch my streams, I use this all the time, and Focus, of course, doesn't have that. Right, also Emacs has Magit, and this is not a big deal for me. I would just, use Emacs as a Git client and use an actual editor to write code. That's not a big issue, but DRIT is something I actually rely on. It's one of the Emacs like killer feature, I would say. It's incredibly powerful, it's incredibly versatile, it's incredibly useful, this file explorer in Emacs. Also, back when I used Focus, it didn't have build mode, so you couldn't compile from within the Focus. Now you can. I think it's actually pretty good. So that is not an argument anymore. And you can't customize key bindings in a certain way in Focus in the same way you can in Emacs. For example, Focus doesn't support key chords, right? So I do Control X and then G to open Git panel, or I use Control X, PF to find file in the project, right? So key, like tiered key layouts, Focus doesn't have it, and I am just super used to those. And, one by one, just inconveniences, hurdles. Also, but it's all fine, right? I would have still used Focus despite that, because it's fast, it's very snappy, it's out of the way, so I could go over it. The biggest issue for me is that I just program in too many languages, and Focus just doesn't have convenient support for all of them, right? Back then I was writing PHP, Python, like TypeScript, vanilla JavaScript. I was doing a bunch of languages at the same time. I was doing a little bit of Go, and just, and TypeScript, you literally fucking can't use TypeScript without LSPs of some sorts, because type declarations are fucking insane in every project you encounter. So, it was just unviable for me. So, yeah. But the main issue is I would say is that, and then I just got used to my Emacs ways. And at this point, I think the only thing that can get me out of Emacs is if I just make my own Emacs. Or if I make my own editor that has features of Emacs I use, right? And I depend on. I don't know what else could save me from it. So yeah, I guess that's the answer. I actually did that myself. You see, Muffin. Yeah. Making text editor just works. That's useful only for you. Shouldn't be that hard. And especially now, since there's like all of those tree-sitters, you can just pump language support as long as you have a way to tokenize, not re-tokenize, to color text regions. You can just have a tree-sitter support and you instantly have support for like 50 different programming languages. You don't even need to write parsers for each individual one. And I mean, tree-sitter is kind of bloat and it's not always convenient, but I'd say if you compare text-made grammars, you know, the one that Sublime Code and I think VS Code support, then tree-sitter probably wins. Yeah, you don't need parser, and I mean you can always implement fucking C tags support. C tags, there was literally made to jump around C code, and it's very easy to implement. Right. Anyway, get by native handle. So get by native handle. Submode just for that. Nice. Never used it. I used a little bit when I just started with Emacs. There was no LSP was not invented yet, and the way to get Python support in Emacs was to there's like was a Jedi was just package for Python that did all of the IntelliSense, which was incredibly slow. And there were like C tags. You just install C tags mode, run like a script on change, and it just works. Easy clap. Right, let's go to module. This should be somewhere down below. Display and handle. Base display for Windows. Has native handle. It native handle return it. Turn invalid window. Has native handle. Base window has native handle. Nice. Now we don't have has native handle. Has native handle. Type window. Yeah. So I think this it type wanted base window type given. The fuck? Oh. So I have pointers to windows here. And Ilionda had just window array. Well, I can just where I can just do this, I think. Nice, and we need to initialize get by native handle. Where is XCB? Yep. Has native handle, we can implement straight here underneath. Window and native handle. I think it's still void pointer here, right? We just need to cast it. Yeah, it has to be void. So what this thing does is we need some kind of a way to find a window in an array, and the only way to find window is by using window handle. So we're doing just that. It's return window.xcb.handle equals to as easy as that, and I'll just check usage. For now, I'll just comment this all out and we'll re-implement it. I fucking love this chill jungle music. Really gets me going through the night. What did I miss? Gotta hate tree-sitter. Hey, how? I mean, I'm not a fan of tree-sitter from the point of view of like just using it as an API. Because from what I saw, you have to do like JavaScript to define the grammar, and then you need to write S expressions to define custom queries. Then you have giant ass.so files. I haven't heard that it's slow, but I mean, maybe. I mean, of course, tree-sitter is gotta be slower than a parser that is specialized, right? For example, there's absolutely no way C++ tree-sitter is faster than 10x parser, right? There's like just no way. Or even like for coder parser. So something that's written specifically for C++. But it's probably a decent middle ground for, compared to text-made grammars. Unfortunately, it's only viable option if you want to support large variety of languages and don't want I mean, it's not the only viable option, right? Text-made grammars are viable, right? They've been viable for many years. Just look at Sublime Text, look at VS Code, just fine, work just fine. So it's not like it's the only viable option, but it's probably the one that like has more features, and I guess the one that lets you implement navigation easier than text-made grammars. NeoVim integration of tree-sitter is exceptionally bad. It literally waits for the parser to end, and because of that, it hangs indefinitely. Oh, that's unfortunately. That's unfortunately. Hey, Nick Kush, hello, hello. Hello. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. You should try opening 1 megabyte single line JavaScript file to see how bad it is. Literally never seen them, that's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't expect Emacs to be able to open it at all, to be honest. So today we are rewriting platform layer for Hitboxer, right? And we actually kind of got it back. We are able to draw windows, we are able to hover over buttons. Now we just want to make inputs actually work. Yes. Right, so input add resize records is not a member of what? The fuck? How is it not? It literally is. Add resize record. Oh. It doesn't have this particular implementation, you see. Pending resizes. This allocation, yeah. Oh, get client rect. Yeah, it just doesn't have an implementation for XCB. Yes, so I mean, Focus has its own implementation. Yes, you see? Like a generic one. So what I can do is I can actually just implement it here. And don't even add it to the input module. How about that? Just implement it in line. Like this one. Actually, it's probably a decent idea to not do that. So this is a generic one. Window type, blah, 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 blah. Re-add. Yes, so I'll actually just put it on the module, like here. Pending resizes, and pending resizes, it's in input. Like that. And now I think I can just unnamespace it, literally. Right, and now I don't have events this frame, so instead events this frame will be on input, just like that. And same here. I still gotta open disassembly though, Ryan ports the debugger. Yes. Hey Brian, hello. And it is integrated now, but it will not be integrated at some point. At some point I'll just put it out there. But first I need to... Yeah, it's like GLFW/SDL at home kind of deal, but weight-wise it's more on a GLFW side, because SDL is just... do you use arenas? I do, but arenas are not the ones that I written myself. I rely on allocators that are bundled with Jai. And Jai just happens to have a couple arenas. Well, you know, technically, if you want to be that actually guy, temporary allocator in Jai is a free list. So it's a growable arena that grows with a linked list of freeable pages. Right, so is this arena? I mean, some people call it arena. Some people call it a free list, right? There's also a pool allocator, which, you know, you can call an arena. Right, which is like specialized version of an arena. Yes, TD, exactly. Wait, welcome to the stream. And yes, to me, it's the same idea. Right, you have a... So what is an arena? Arena is you have a block of memory that you can subdivide. So to me, this is an arena. Right? And then, depending on how you subdivide it, people, I guess, you know, not classified. Classified means you make something secret. People categorized, right? That's the word. People categorized multiple kinds of arenas. And I guess pool allocator is one kind of arena. Free list is another kind of arena. What else? I guess you can... Well, maybe ring buffer is not really an... I guess ring buffer is not really an arena, right? Because you like circle back and reuse the same memory, kind of. Calling it a ring buffer is just more understandable. Otherwise, it's a pool. Or if it's smaller, it's a bucket. Yeah, I never really like bothered with figuring out what's the difference between a fucking pool and a bucket. It's a ring arena, yes, true. SDL is very... Yeah, SDL does a lot. It has audio, it has graphics API, it has a lot of things for sure. Yeah. Yeah, they have PSP support. I actually was really surprised when I was looking at the source code. There's literally a fucking PSP support there. If you stretch it a bit, you are allocating a chunk, and you are allocating a chunk, and your allocation and free strategy just happens to go in a circle. Yes. Do you make one arena per type? I don't do it. I mostly use temporary allocator here, and temporary allocator here is just a generic memory where you like just move the cursor, and that's it. Because so I don't have like thousands of entities here, right? So for small allocations, I just use temporary allocator that I reset every frame, every time I redraw. And I also have few threads that store some kind of data. For that data, I just use a generic purpose allocator, which is a GI port of rpmalloc. So, you know, it's just a like general purpose allocator. And I have a bunch of static data that I allocate at the start of the program, which I also allocate with the general purpose allocator. So I just don't really have a case for, you know, pool or bucket allocators, because I don't have a lot of stuff of the same type that I need to allocate, you know what I mean? I might have to do it. I have like an idea that I want to test at some point, where I allocate all of the possible inputs at the start of the program, and then instead of like allocating them on the stack when I need to send them to the target program, I instead just get pre-allocated input and send it, you know, instead of constructing it. Although that's like a very silly idea. And for that, I might use pool allocator, right? Because I would have like a pool of predefined inputs and then use those. You don't send a pointer. I don't think so. I think you just, well, it depends. It depends on the platform. Because in Linux, you just literally send the data to the socket. So you literally send a struct to the socket. And on Windows, I forgot. I think on Linux, on Windows, yes, on Windows you send the pointer. Yeah. So on Linux, you send an actual data. You just literally write the data to a file descriptor. And on Windows, you set a pointer to an array of inputs, yes, and Win32 API reads it from your application memory. Yeah, so it depends on the platform, Brian. I mean, mixed type pools is literally, this is where you get into the realm of generic purpose allocators, right? So that would be like a case for RPmalloc or some shit. But yeah, so I have some kind of a plan. I have a concept of a plan where I might have to use pool allocator. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Window resize record. So this is in input. Pending resizes. This is also in input. Right, so, and this XCB like that. This is not generic, this is pending event. Currently hovered. We don't have a currently hovered window. Yes. XCB. Right, so, and how do we set it? Enter notify, leave notify. Nice, okay, that's fair enough. So handle, we have an array of windows and we can just set it. Leave notified, this is namespace. Anything else? I think that's it. Yes, so we have a window. If I hover, oh, look at this. We can actually draw on top of it. Look at that. I still don't really get any events because I don't update events like ever, but we at least are able to. So in the left bottom corner, you can see an indicator. It's actually like a draw indicator, and when I move a mouse over a window, it changes. So we are actually like redrawing our window. We don't like properly, how do you say it? Oh, fuck. Handle the events, but we at least get in an events. Yeah. Nice. Nice. We don't really process quit events either. Yeah. Coolio. So we need to update window events of some sort. Update window events, here's on the main, we call that. And update window events here. It's on the main display. So let me remember the code. A sketch of a concept of a plan of a plan. Yes. This is how I respond to ETA questions, right? When somebody at work asks me, an estimate, that's how I respond. Or I say no update from my end. That also works. So what the fuck do we do? Update window events. So this should just actually work. No blockers, yes. Update window events, we just call it events. We just call it on the main display. Yeah, and we get the events. If window, it window equals the window. It's for sizes. So for events this frame. So let's actually print events that we're getting. Event. Let's see if we're getting anything actually. So, type window. So we get window events here. This is like just window notify crap. So let me do this. Do I get... So I don't get close events. Which I would actually expect that I should be getting. So client message, expose, not configure notify, focus in, focus out, enter notify. Oh, no, there you go. Delete window. There you go. Wait. CD. It's not gonna work. No, never mind. I wanted to check something. I realized it's not gonna work. So let's see which events I need to handle. Key press release, button, selection notify, property notify. Oh, property notify. I think this might be the one I need to handle. Because one of them I think is window like close or some shit. Selection request. Right, so let's do this. Case log unhandled XCB event. Right. Response type. Yeah, so let's do this. Hey Pete, hello. Welcome to the stream. If not, need to re-render, wait for event, update window events. Right. So let's recompile. This is not event, this is a pending event. Oh, I don't have an unhandled events here, look at that. Wait, first of all, wait, where am I printing events? Ah, here, let me remove that. And recompile it again. It should actually... Oh, unhandled event. The fuck is this? So something is actually wrong here. Oh, you know what? You know what might be wrong? My window mask might be wrong. I think I have enough experience to recognize it. When I create my window... Actually, never mind. My event mask is actually huge, so focus, change, enter, leave window, key press, key release, pointer, motion. Yeah, so my event mask is actually fine. Never mind. Ryan is religious about using arenas. That is true. That is actually true. The arena man. Oh shit, you know what? This might be the issue. I think we might not be getting the core events because we configured XCB to use XKB common. I think that might actually be an issue. Actually, maybe not. No, maybe I am being an idiot. No, never mind. This is only for changing the keyboard layout. This shouldn't affect like an actual events. This is so how do I manage it? Actually, let me check if yeah, so it also doesn't get resize events. Well, it's sort of kind of getting them. No, it doesn't get them. No, it doesn't get them. It's not getting them. It's not getting quit events either. Does X11 also force the client to parse the key map and calculate character events? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does. If you mean, you know, like in Win32 API, where you have to distinguish between the text, the WM text and WM key, then yeah, you have to do that. It's like it happens in a weird way. Let me show you. There should be like a. I think there should be an implementation here somewhere. Property notify no, selection button key release. I think this one. Yeah, so handle key event and then where is it? Bro. Oh yeah, it's, you see it's in XKB. Everything here happens through XKB common, actually. And same with mouse, no? Key release, input key. No, this is X input event. Wait, I'm like super confused. What about mouse? That's kind of scuffed. Huh. A bear stole all my vodka. That's why I shot him from my barrel. But this was the favorite bear of Khrushchev. That's why I spent 15 years in Siberia. In the work camp, or whatever they're called in English. This is a very sad story. Can we get 3 likes? Gulag. Not all of those camps were gulag. Like gulags are specific parts of those, are like specific of them, but not all of them are gulag. Were a part of gulag. Hey Karolis, hello. Hello, hello. Structure, focus, enter, leave. Yes, something here is not right. So maybe my window. So handle depth, window, parent, width, height, class, visual, value mask, and value list. And the value list is a black pixel and an event mask. Yes, and an event mask is all of that: exposure, structure, focus, enter, leave, key press, key release, button press, button release. And I also have pointer motion. Pointer motion I need for getRect to work properly. Siberia stole the Call of Duty Gulag idea. Seems like it. You need to sue. You need to bring Tsoding to court. Let him answer for all the Siberia. So delete Windows. Window, atoms, WM protocols. Delete window. Do I actually have this? I mean, yeah, obviously I have. Hey Kyle, hello. Oh, by the way, did you know that Stalin actually died today, 72 years ago, in a puddle of his own piss and shit? So yeah, this is the classic let's celebrate and suck some dicks moment. I mean, he was ethnically Georgian, yes, but I don't think people really look at him like that, right? Although, so I've been to Georgia, and like Georgians like kind of obsessed with Stalin, not gonna lie. Every like souvenir shop would have like a Stalin, would have, you know, like Stalin merch. I mean, maybe they're just hustling like that, you know. Maybe it's just like for tourists, and the actual Georgians don't feel this way. But yeah, it was kind of weird. Yeah, maybe it's just, you know, a tourist trap, but yeah. Yeah, artist. I mean, you know, Germany doesn't have free speech, so, and Georgia has free speech, so Georgians can do that for Stalin, but Germans not really. But yeah, like I liked Georgia a lot. I really enjoyed my time there. You know, literally everybody were like super nice, and the food was amazing, and you know all of that. But the Stalin merch all over the place I found a little bit weird. Not gonna lie. Uh, so maybe it's XKB situation. So here, where's the display? So yeah, here when we initialize display, we load a bunch of stuff here. And one of those things is opening the... God, where is it? Yeah, here, force core events. Ah, if not. So this is initializing X input. Else. All right. And here we get XKB shit. Setup extensions, event base, and effects. So I actually didn't do that. So I didn't do that, but it would make sense. You know, if doing this would affect the events, but not really. And what does it? It only does keyboards though, it doesn't do mouse, right? Yeah, it only does keys. Huh. Devices cursors, we don't need that. State init load cursors. Excuse me. I actually load GL context separately, so I don't need to do that. Yeah, we do the key map, we do all of this stuff, and we do this, but I don't select any event, so this shouldn't really affect anything.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Oh, yeah, Pete, that's like a quite a flex. I still can't get over it. Can't get over the fact that one of my regular chatters is a descendant of Isaac Asimov. Just still blows my mind. I mean, of course, I'm a micro celebrity. Naturally, I will have some famous fans. Of course, of course. I mean, what am I talking about, right? Nah, I mean, from what I read about Mussolini, he was like a little poser bitch compared to, you know, actual dictators. So yeah, I don't think it is a fair comparison. So yeah. Why am I not getting events? So first of all, why am I not getting key events? Why am I not getting mouse click events? I'm pretty sure they should arrive here. Nah. Yeah, cage fight. Dictator's cage fight. I mean, there are not that many dictators now in the world. Yeah, they kind of fell off, right? So it wouldn't be like a big cage fight. You know, like back in the days, you would be able to make like a proper like football match, like football game out of dictators. These days, they're like, yeah, the ones that are left are kind of notorious. I agree, but you know, in the big amounts, there's just not that many of them. To just dick. I mean, it only makes sense if you're English speaking, right? I mean, like, I guess if you count Africa, I guess if you count Africa, then yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah. And Kazakhstan is outdated. Like their dictator is gone. Yeah, I guess if you count Middle East, like certain parts of Middle East and Africa, then yeah, you can probably get like a decent game. But I just haven't thought of those because, you know, like Africa is kind of not on my mind. Fuck, I'm really blanking on what I do. Yeah, I was thinking about China and North Korea. Why am I not getting? Okay, I'm just gonna start. You know, I'm just gonna start debugging that shit. So yeah, let's just do the funny. So where do we put a breakpoint? Let's put it in XCB module, and in particular, One of them we're gonna put in the weight. So I guess here, like on the brake. Another one we're gonna put on here. Fair enough, I guess. This function also lacks a call to filter. There are certain events we need to filter. So I think this might be a little bug, but I don't think so because it works. It should still work. Oh, I forgot that for some reason GDB is busted here. I have to like... Yikes. Yikes, dude. Let's remove a bunch of... Let's remove a bunch of breakpoints. Alright, there you go. So we have an event. Let's actually do this. Oh, no, not like this, but like that. Okay, so response type. Oh shit. So event. Can I just do... I don't have an event. Yeah, whatever. Okay, client message. Okay. Wait, what? Sure, let's put here. Okay. So let's not do this one, but all right. D. If response type equals, then we do this. Otherwise, oh shit, yeah, we get XKB events here. Hey Loptom, hello. What if it called when pixels behave properly in a pixel? Wait, what? What is it called when pixels behave properly in a pixel art game? Yeah, I mean expected behavior. That's what I would call it for sure. How is USA not a flawed democracy? What? I mean, USA literally just had election, like proper fucking election once every 4 years, and people get to vote and they, you know, get to choose. How is it not proper? Like it is a democracy in its purest form, isn't it? I mean, I'm just a Slavic guy from a dictatorship, so I might not know. They have a two-party system. I mean, is two-party system not a proper democracy? I thought democracy is just when you get to vote. Winner takes all. Is it true? There's not only like the president, there's also like a Supreme Court, there's also Congress, and there's also like each state has like a senators or some shit. But I mean, I don't really know much about American law system, so I don't know. Right. There are Democratic and Republican votes in the US. One where the citizens vote as census, the other being our state representatives vote for matters such as passing bills. You elect per state, and the one who wins the state gets votes according to population and not actual voters. Yeah, I've heard something about it. Which, I mean, you know, it's like it kind of makes sense on paper, but in practice I can see why it would not be that good. Yeah, that's exactly why. Yeah. But then, I mean, right, if you don't like something, you can just vote the entire administration out in 4 years, right? Which is like a good thing. And it clearly works. Because, like, unlike certain country, you know, that starts with R and ends with A, in America, presidents actually do change places. Which to me is, you know, which to me is enough. Maybe my bar is just too low. I don't know. Maybe my bar is just too low. You can't vote out Supreme Court judges. I mean, but you can vote out Congress, right? You like can vote out a senator from your state or whatever it is. So yeah, I would say in my book, I mean, American democracy is pretty decent, right? If Trump goes for another term, then you should start rioting like immediately, I tell you. Because this is where it all starts, you know? As soon as somebody sits in the office for over like 8 years, that's when you know that like Russian ways are coming for your ass. Yeah, so that would be bad. Pending event, response type is client message. Client message. So, wait, why is cast not working here? Oh shit, so somehow it doesn't really... Huh. So how do you... So it seems like... Here, so if I get XKB base event... So it seems like I get a lot of base events. That's like weird. Oh. Unhandled SKB event, a response type 6. So what is 6 exactly? Six is connection closed, invalid screen. Oh, fuck. So key press is 2, key release is 3, button press, so 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I actually kind of interested in. Does Hitboxer just accept keyboard inputs, or are you also doing controller input translation? For now, only keyboard. But I will add mouse and I will add controllers. Mouse is very straightforward. Controllers on Linux is also kind of fine. But on Windows, controllers would be a fucking nightmare to implement. I think on Linux, you just use SDL controller database and you're pretty much good. You just like use this database to figure out what button was actually pressed and then, you know, just pass it around. Because mouse, keyboard, and controller, they all use exactly the same system for inputs on Linux. Exactly the same file descriptor, exactly the same even like pool of key codes. So the same range of key codes are used by all devices. You just depending on the key code, you know from which range it comes. It's all very unified on Linux. So it's very straightforward to handle that. But on Windows, controller inputs are actually kind of impossible on Windows. Well, I can read them, but I can't pass controller windows to arbitrary programs without a kernel mode driver. So I will have to either write kernel mode driver for Windows or use the one that has an API. There is one. It got recently copyright striked. So I think it's unmaintained, but you can still, I think, download and use it. So yeah, on Windows it's kind of sketchy. But we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll just write our own kernel module. Who the fuck knows? So to pass input to programs, I actually don't use XKB common. I just read and write directly from and to file descriptors. But for my actual program, I used to use libx11 without XKB common, right? Just actually like handled proper locales and this shit. But with XCB, yes, I am using XKB common, but I don't have a certain I don't have all the libraries necessarily in my source tree, and I'm sorry, I just didn't really want to bother with it, to be honest. For example, like stuff like state notify, I'm pretty sure this is from, I mean, I can go and search it, right? So I have Jai on Linux, and I'm pretty sure I have it here. Oh, it's in XKB. It's in XKB.jai. Here it is. Yeah. So I guess I can just copy this one. Does it have procedures? Oh yeah, it has functions. So I guess I can copy that. And so it's XCB XKB.jai. And when I pop it back here, I can just do, I think I can just do this. XCB XKB.jai. Right. Undeclared identifier. Oh, fuck. Yeah, so it's like, let me load. Yeah, it will work like that. Nice, fine, whatever. Let me close this debug session. XKCD, too many acronyms. Yeah, fucking Linux acronyms. What are you gonna do, right? I got LLVM compiled with the easy pre-built settings on Visual Studio. Congrats. And MinGW. Oh, yikes. You got the controller to work. That's nice. Yeah, I seems like you have some progress. So congratulations, Grigori. Solution on Windows where you inject patches into the target process you want to map. which then deter input functions. Wait, what? Patches? No. I'm not doing that. This is like a party policy that I am not going to modify any running executable or inject any like running DLLs. Because it triggers anti-cheats, yes. Yeah. So I know it's possibility, yeah. It is a good point that you bring it up, but I explicitly don't want to do that. And not only for anti-cheats, speedrunners use my program, mostly for leveling level field, because you know some players run on controllers, and on controllers you can override inputs with the claw grip, right? You press a D-pad with one finger and press analog with another finger, you get overrides. And on keyboard you can do that. So speedrunners use my program, and speedrunners also by default have this like purity, you know, approach that you don't need to modify the executable. Like you just can't modify the executable, because you know, if you modify an actual executable, you change the behavior of the program, and because speedrunners are very, very sensitive to some particular timings, any change you introduce will inevitably break something. Right? So that's why it is a kind of party policy for me. So I can use Win32 APIs that might interact with the program, but I never inject any fucking like DLLs or interceptions or whatnot. Maybe I could make it like an option, right? That is explicitly turned off as an alternative of writing a kernel module, kernel mode like driver. Maybe we could make it a configuration like, you know, somebody could use it, but as a default, it's definitely a no-no. A no-no. Modules XCB window. But it is a good point that it is technically possible, right? So this is not namespaced. We can do this and that. And now we don't have LD, yeah, XKB state in it. So I think I need to have that. Where is it? Huh. The fuck is this? What's that? I mean, how do I use it? Like I low-key think to maybe disable XKB for now, just so I can see key inputs. Because otherwise I would have to implement, right? You see, I would have to implement full-blown XKB common implementation. Yeah, for all of that. And I would rather not get into that for now. I mean, I have some of this functionality because my program gets key names through XKB common, but I would rather not handle events like that for now. So maybe, so here when I actually initialize the library, where is it? Where the fuck is it? Searching in right project. Wait, what do you mean? This is in Focus. Yeah, I like steal some functionality from Focus, and I mostly follow the Focus, the way Focus has its Linux platform layer. Well, not like exactly, but a lot of it. Key names. No. I don't need key names. No, not this. I have parsing for all. I have all of that already. I'm talking about different things. I'm talking about, it's a bit complicated to explain. So for now, I don't even see events. Right? So let me actually copy these nuts. And what do we have? Handle key event. So hey Doom here. No, I don't see events at all now. I'm like rewriting input like layer, and for now I don't really see events at all. And I was just wondering why. So yeah, let me cook. LDX if response equals. So I guess let me maybe just print an event. So not that. And not that. Let me just print for now. Actually, I don't even need to print it. LD state, what the fuck is this? Yeah, so let me do that. Oh shit. XKB state notify is not a member of XKB common. The fuck? Oh yeah, because it's pending event. Yeah, so we have. Yeah, we still don't see them. And actually don't even see quit events. Let me put breakpoints there, just to make sure I actually don't see these events. So here and here. Yeah, you see, I don't even receive proper key presses and key releases. Yeah. So why could that be? Actually, let me check something. Do I even get them here at all? Okay, let's just straight up print it. Yeah, so I literally don't get any events. I don't get mouse clicks. I only get focus in, focus out, and that's it. You see? Yeah. That's what I thought. So I don't even get events. Which means either this logic is busted. Or something here is wrong. Something's wrong here. Poll for event D handle. Wait a second. So let me, for now, let me just straight up omit this. I think this might just straight up crash the program on launch. No? Yeah, it crashes because I try to get key name, and it uses xkb command that I initialized here. But regardless, I didn't even get any events when I started typing, so yeah, it's not an issue. The issue is not because xkb command eats events. It's not that at all. It is something completely different. So maybe, the fuck is this? Maybe because of the event filtering. Maybe. Consume loop wake up event. The fuck is this? No, doesn't look like it. What is R events? Has Wayland, has timer, has lookup events. Yeah, it's like totally different stuff. Right? Pipe. Yeah. It's something like events from the pipe. I don't have any pipes for now. maybe never. So it doesn't concern me at this point. What else could be wrong? Maybe, I mean, I checked my masks. My masks are correct. My masks are correct. Now. Wow. We have that file descriptor, roots, iterator. Where is... Where the I don't know, it's all fine. So if I want to do proc core events, I don't have to do anything. This is literally just logs, yes. Then we have XKB common. Where is it? Here. We just initialize the extension. Right, and I actually don't do that, so I don't select any events. Because I don't want to handle any inputs with XKB common for now. For now, I just want to see them. Where is... So init display, yeah. And what do we have here? So here it okay, this is a clipboard window. That's whatever. Only on property change. That's the only way it reacts. Yeah, okay. All right. So this all literally shouldn't be an issue. Now the create window. Just in case I really just miss this somehow. So we have event mask. We have a bunch of event masks here. Like all of that I actually need. So let me leave window. Right, so I have all of that core events. Press release button, press release, and also pointer motion. Right, this is correct. Like I fucking hate debugging this shit because it's almost impossible to debug actually. But at least I know that I just don't get events. And if I don't get events, I mean, the only thing it could mean is that I don't send a proper event mask, but that would be weird. Window handle. So here, event mask, prop mask. Yes. So this is all correct. This I think is also fine because that was like a direct copy from whatever Jai had with replacing it with XCB. Set window title actually worked. So this is a X input extension, which I guess I probably want to support at some point, but not now. Device hierarchy. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Size hints. I don't have size hints. There's some ICCCM. So this is needed so that the program doesn't get like weird when you make it too small. Yeah, so this is literally all fine. Na, 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 na. Okay, file descriptor, poll. people in pending events, set the pending events. If not pending events, we flush and then we continue, otherwise we break. Yeah, I literally don't see any issues here. So oh, you know what might be the issue actually? Let me check something. So in my main, I launch few threads. What if some other thread consumes those events? Because they used to work with completely separate connection, and now they all reusing the same connection. So what if somehow they do it? And where are those threads? After window created, init settings, fix up settings, start detecting. Yeah, so let's close this one. And I think that's it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Yes. Yes. Yay, we're rendering, we're getting events. Look at this. And you see we're suspending rendering. Yeah, so what was happening is that I have a different thread that also has an event loop, and it listens for when it basically listens when there's some different. Oh my god, I'm so cooked, I can't speak proper English. I'm so sorry. So that other event loop, it listens for when any program gains focus or loses focus in your system, and it's basically needed for situations that where you focus the game, you want your inputs to get overridden. Only then our program kicks in, right? We don't want to change your inputs all over the place. That's why we have these profiles. That's why we have profiles here defined. You can globally change keys if you want, but that's like just not the default behavior we want to support. And since now all of my threads reuse the same connection, that background event loop was just consuming all of them. You see? It would just consume all of the events, so my main loop wouldn't get any. And I actually thought about this. And now I can close my program, you see? Now I can press the key combination and actually close my program. Yeah, so that's kind of an issue, but it's not a big one. Yeah, that's why the focus stuff actually worked from the different thread. Yeah, oh, I'm so happy I figured it out. And I only figured out because I remembered that I started reusing the same exact connection. So when I start detecting a focused program, here I actually run this in a different thread. Yeah, I create a p thread, I call this, and this actually runs an infinite loop. And you see it literally just exhaust. Yeah, it exhausts the event loop on the connection. And so what this actually tells me is that, well, there are two ways to make it happen, right? First one is I can lock the connection. Size doesn't matter. Hello. Small or big issue must be solved. Yes. Let's drink each other's saliva. That's a very sensual username. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, so there are two ways to do it. Well, first, we can obviously just synchronize on the connection. But this is like very like weak source energy, right? I think what I need to do is, since this behavior, it's not really platform dependent, this is something my application needs. I think I will just create completely different connection that I will only use for notify events. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And this is actually weird because I created an attribute list and oh, no, the issue is completely separate. The issue is not that this event loop was eating the events. It was blocking on the events. It's called XCB wait for event. So it was blocking on the event. Yeah. And then it would consume the event here, like it will consume all of the event. And it would, yeah, that's why actually my program wouldn't render before the first focus event, because I was blocking here. Right? Yeah. That's why I would have to focus out and then focus in. Yeah. Yeah, that makes total sense. So I could, of course, synchronize on the connection, but I think the proper way to do it is just to open a completely new connection and use it for my background thread. It would have property change whatever, so it actually change window attributes checked. Oh, and that's another issue, right? So I changed event mask on my root window, so my root window was not able to listen for property for all other types of events. So yeah, the only correct solution here is to actually use completely different connection for this background thread. And that was the case before. It's just now I started to reuse it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I can use another connection and re-enable the thread and it will just work properly. Fine. I'm very happy I was able to, I mean, I would figure it out eventually, right? But it's just cool that I didn't have to spend a lot of time on it. Yeah. And so it actually means that our program works now. So yes, you need to push events from the main event loop to the focus event thread. No. I'll just open a different connection from the thread. That's part of the reason why I want to port everything to XCB, because XCB properly supports multi-threaded kind of use case, unlike libx11 where multi-threading is just... what happens if you lose focus? I mean, my program will just see that some kind of, that we lost focus and that's it, right? And if we don't have profile for our own program, lol at pech, yeah. So yeah, it's fine. It's a normal behavior to lose focus, gain focus. It's all good. Yeah, so I'll just open a different connection for this thread. Right, so yeah, fine. We have it, and I'm suspending. You see, so this is an indicator of re-rendering. I'm moving the mouse, we re-render. As soon as I stop moving the mouse, we don't render anymore. Yeah. Nice. I can implement clicks, I guess. Right. I can implement mouse clicks. I mean, nothing will work because clicking here would start listening to kernel events, and those are not ready. But yeah, I can close my application now properly. All right. Let's remove printing event, got event. We'll remove that. Reloading keyboard event. I will implement that later. We can do core events for like button press, button release. For that, I guess I can copy them from libx11 code path. Key press and button press. Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of. So. So let me handle button press release just to see that it like works properly, right? Input event is event. Let me open a. Let me do that. Event that type equals mouse, right? Is it mouse? Event type. Event is a struct. Event type is mouse wheel, keyboard. Oh, it's considered a keyboard. Oh yeah, mouse buttons also consider keys. Okay, so it's a keyboard. It's a keyboard then. I mean, you know, it's like whatever. How do press release? Where was it? Oh, it's Windows. Key pressed. Input event key pressed equals fx. Response type equals xcb button press. Then 1 else 0. Now button equals event that. Okay, let me see the signature of the struct. Event t so detail xcb button t sequence time root blah blah blah. Xcb button t, it's just so just detail, I guess. Yeah, detail and so let's print the detail, right? Shall we? Print mouse press, mouse like press, and then key, and then input event key pressed and button. Wait, what? It's input event because it's properly namespaced. Key pressed equals what the fuck? Number signs type wanted type given XX please. Thank you. So the fuck is this XCB event? Wait, didn't I? Where are those printed? Ah, it's unhandled event, fuck. No. Let me recompile, restart, yeah. So click 1, 3, 2. So 1, 2, 3. We have 9, 8. What the fuck? Is it not 4, 5? Ah, 4, 5 is a mouse wheel and 6, 7 is horizontal wheel. Yeah. You see, we get mouse events. Nice. Great, amazing, super poggers and all that. Where's... Yeah. Now, if button equals, so case 1 input event dot key code equals input mouse button left. Case 2 input event key code equals input mouse button middle. Case 3 mouse button right. What's that? Start or down? Okay. Now this, and this is like a input. Key current state is also input. And we need to do, I guess, this. Pressed is, what we have, U32, I think. Is pressed, and then if is pressed, we do this, else we do this. So key state end. Input dot. Do we compile? Is rest. It's is pressed. The fuck? Mouse button left is not a member. What? Where does it then? Where the fuck is mouse button left then? Oh, it's a fucking key code. It's an enum. So it has to be like that. Undeclared identifier. This is an input event. Thank you very much. Yes, so can we click? Look at that. We can click and it actually does double clicks, right? Yeah, like it double clicks, but it works. It double clicks because I do like a double logic on. I do this all on press and release. I think I fucked it up somewhere. No, it should actually be distinguished. Right, so is pressed should be properly handled here. So we do this, key pressed. Now button is detail, now we do that. Now if it's pressed, else released. No, this actually should be proper. Oh, array this frame, because I never clear. I never set actual arrays. I'm a dumb. The dumb. So it should be here. My bad. Yeah. So now it should be properly. Yeah. No, not enough. So something is still not quite right? Because sometimes, I mean, it kind of works. I know why it doesn't work. We need to double buffer events. Yeah, I think we need to double buffer events. I remember, but you see, I can open sub windows. I can actually, you see, drag sub windows around. So yeah, I need to fix the sub, but I can click. I can like click around. I can add new profile. Here's our profile selector. It currently supports only X11 Windows, so it only sees one currently running X11 window. Nice. So we can delete mappings, and we can select presets, and we can close our program. Fuck yeah. We have input handling, boys. We have fucking input handling. How about that? Wow. What a ride. It's a little bit scuffed still, right? It needs to get cleaned up. I need to implement XKB common here instead of doing core events. It's a little crazy that it should be that. You mean this or what? I mean, it's structured this way because for XKB common press and release, because for XKB common press and release have the same kind of code path. So I kind of just smashed them together. And I quickly implemented the core protocol just for like, just so I can see something working, you know. But yeah, that's kind of a W today. It's kind of a W. So for the checkbox, I mean, it kind of works properly, right? It properly registers press and release. Yeah. So I wonder what it's not like in here. Actually, this checkbox handling might be busted, not because of this code, but because of something in main. Because I also like commented out, changed some code around just to make it run. So I wouldn't be surprised if when I'm clicking this, yeah. Yeah, because it triggers on like on click. So I think this code might be busted, not here, but yeah, I think it might be busted in a different place. Because when I click stuff, you can see that it properly registers. Like it doesn't register multiple times. Yeah, something like that. I mean, it used to work properly, even like this. I probably changed something in main that I forgot about. I'll just need to go over, you know. I'll just need to go over the code and see what is happening, because I frankly, I just forgot. Yeah. And it also might be the reason because inputs don't get properly cleared between events. Right? So when you re-render, it still thinks that like that there is a press in the events. So because I click and you see how the bottom, how the Emacs keeps reading, the number goes bigger. Because I'm holding, and each frame, it thinks that I have a press event. So here it spammed 5,000 lines of code. So it thought that each frame I have a press, key press. And it happens because I don't clear array of events after each frame. That's why it happens. So I actually know, I know for sure why it doesn't work. And the array of events, it should be cleared each frame. Events, this frame, let me show you. So since we kind of busted the module wide open, where is it? Where is it? The input module. Where's the array reset? This is resize. Array add for events. Array add. Events, this frame. No, there was a code that's supposed to reset this array. I'm like 100% sure. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, here, you see array reset, keep in memory. Yes. Yeah, array reset, you see? Resizes, moves, events this frame, yeah. So input per frame and flag update. Yeah, so this shit should reset the array and also something else. Yeah, that's the one. Where is it? Update window events. Yes. Yeah, update window events. It should like double buffer the events. Because I remember... Yeah, here, you see Yeah, I definitely remember this piece of code. Because of Wayland, so it's like one of those things where Windows has a copy, Libx 11 has a copy, but Wayland and XCB, they don't buffer events. So so we have to double buffer them. Yes, here it is. And we also need to reset them each frame. But yeah. Yeah. So that will be a rather easy fix, but I'll probably fix it later, unless it's like literally just one call that I can. inject somewhere because I kind of forgot how to use this module. Where is it? Reset. Yeah. So input per frame update. Where's this motherfucker getting called? Update in update window events. Yes. Okay. Where is it? And so I can, maybe I can just call it my module. Where's my update window events? Yeah, there you go. So maybe I can just do this and it'll magically work. Yes, it works. We don't print anymore. Okay, it was just literally one call. I remembered. Here. See, now it works properly. Yeah, now when I hold, we don't. Okay, there you go. We have a working mouse input. Look at this. Just look at that. Wouldn't you look at that? Beautiful. I can add mapping, but currently it won't detect any key presses because I disabled that thread in the background. Yeah, that's a W. Yeah, Nolop, thanks. Cannot keep complex programs in my head. Lots of people seem to claim they just know how program works, even months. I usually know how the program works when I constantly work on the program, right? So when I work on the program often enough, I remember how it works reasonably well. But the input handling module, I just don't touch almost ever. And also I work on this program like just few hours a week, right? So I'm not constantly in context. If I worked on it full time, I would probably just keep it all in my head. Oh yeah, after months not looking at parts of the program, they're gone. Yeah. Unless, unless it's something like super fundamental that I did many times, I can remember that. So for example, if I used this exact module paradigm in many different programs, I would remember how to use it. The issue is that I literally drag this shit around right now. I moved from module to module, so it's all over the place. So here I remembered that I supposed to clear the array, right? But I just forgot how exactly it's done. So I looked for array resets and I found this one. So I still kind of remembered where I need to look. I just forgot how it's all called. But maybe if I haven't saw that in a year, maybe it would have been harder. I don't know. Hard to say. But anyway, that's a W for today. Let me check this in. I'm not gonna check the XCBXKB for now. I'll check the, well, maybe not this. Actually, I mean, fuck it. Let's add it in. I'll need to use it anyway, right? So input sorta works. At least mouse. Yay! Yeah. Well, it's 1 a.m. I'm gonna be cooked tomorrow morning, but it was worth it. I didn't really want to stream. I was super tired, but at the end of the day, I don't regret it. Hey, Holofoil, yeah, look at that. We rewrote the platform module. We get our rendering back, and our mouse works too. Yay! So yeah, and I can actually even handle some keyboard inputs. The fuck is this? Widget text is on. The fuck is that? What is this printing bullshit? Cosmetic DT. The fuck is this? Why am I getting... Why am I getting logs from some get wrecked? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Where is this print? Like, where is it? Here? Oh, yes. Yes, here it is. Unlucky. Yeah, okay. And let's remove this print too. Yeah. He's living the life, yeah. True. Let's commit that, I guess. Crazy debug print. Yeah. Oh, actually, I think when you're getting an ads, there is a small pop-up window that should appear that you should be able to use instead of stream. Also, by the way, for people who get a lot of ads, there's a YouTube link. You can go to YouTube, and it has ad-free streams, ad-free restreams. Yeah. That pop-up has no audio. Oh, I didn't know it has no audio, actually. Yeah, because yeah, Chickbot is flexing the Twitch Turbo. By the way, thank you. Do you know that I get like about $1? It's like 50 cents to $1 on average from Twitch Turbo viewers every stream. So thank you for contributing. Actually, it's not really $1. It depends. It's like 50 cents to $1 is ads. Twitch Turbo is usually like 10 to 30 cents. But anyway, I digress. Thanks everyone for watching. So who are we raiding tonight? So Vander is streaming Jai if you want some more Jai, but I raided him yesterday. I think we can raid Abner, who's working on Terminal Click. So he streamed for an hour. I assume he will go for like another hour at least. Miles? Is he actually like doing something, or is he just drinking beer and watching movies? Oh shit, he's doing something.
Static network.
You know what, you're right. We're raiding Last Miles. He's like your resident Unix wizard. Has followers or subscribers only mode. So yeah, it has followers only mode, but follow him. You were not gonna regret it. I like promise you. Yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I just dropped my socials, so yeah, I'm not gonna do it the second time. Hopefully I will be seeing you tomorrow. If something goes on, I'll usually drop a note in my Discord server without pinging everyone if I don't go live. And another W. And yeah, have a good night, people. See you next time. Bye.